What's up, you guys? It's Matt here. So I think we got some news when it comes to Shibarium, it comes to Shiba Inu, and I think we kind of need to break some stuff down. I understand that there are a ton of variables that we have to factor in, so don't expect this to be the most concrete way of getting this information. This is just giving you an idea of what you need to look into and the questions we need to ask when it comes to the opportunity of asking those questions or figuring out the things we need to figure out. Because once we figure out these variables, we can put them in place of this calculation and understand exactly how much we're going to bring in when it comes to burning, when it comes to volume, it comes to all of that stuff that we need to know. So, anyways, guys, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell for more of these videos. Also, make sure you guys check out some of the links down below. It does help out the channel. And if you guys want to follow me on Twitter, at Perry8K, you can follow me over there. Now, Shiba Inu is seeing a little bit of an increase today. You know, it's at 0.0000, 1037. We have seen this at basically 11. So it's at 4 zeros, 1100. We see this at a low of 1015. If you look at the market cap, we're looking at a $5.6 billion market cap. That's how we got over this point, because we see that 5.5 or 550 trillion. So looking at that at this price would be a 5.6, 5.5 billion dollar market cap. Fully diluted is a $6 billion market cap. Now, if we look at the volume today, we see that up 51%, up to $469 million, which is really, really good. Obviously, we want to find a way to burn down that circulating supply and max supply. So this is the reason why we're talking about this. Now, Shibarium Network put out an article talking about, Shibarium and breaking down a little bit more. Some things that we already knew, most of it that we already knew, and some things that were a little bit more, right? Where we know that SHIB will now burn for every transaction that goes through Shibarium. We still don't know what the percentage is, what the price is, or anything like that, but we do have some clarity on how that all works. So let's go through this portion. Introducing SHIB burn mechanism or mechanics to Shibarium. Keeping the promise and often requested by the SHIB community, we confirm that all transactions on the network will have an implicit burn amount for Shiba token or SHIB token. This will operate within the base gas fee of these transactions being utilized to burn SHIB through our renewed burn portal. This will occur every time a transaction is made on the network. This is big. So anytime a transaction is made, then it's every transaction, as well as between the or within the base gas fee. The base gas fee of these transactions. So the gas fee will be in bone. We don't know how much that will be. We have been told that it will be pennies on the dollar. So that may be very interesting. I don't know how much, what the pennies will be. So I'm going to assume that it will be at a certain level, and then we can obviously change that as we see it at different levels. By implementing this feature, burning SHIB tokens per transaction will reflect in the total token supply, as we hope it will have a significant impact on the circulating amount of SHIB supply over time. We will release information and broadcast our renewed burn portal and how it is to operate with Shibarium in a future blog post. So stay tuned. So this is big to be able to hear this, right? Because you have two pieces of information that we can take from this that are new, which is it will happen within the base gas fee. It's not something that's separate to where we will see a percentage that comes out after the gas fee is applied. It's the gas fee. It will be embedded in that gas fee. So if you're seeing a gas fee, it will be a couple cents. If it's a couple cents, then you'll see maybe 1 cent or 2 cent that happened for the burn. Now, as we go into some scenarios with this, I was trying to really figure out what would be the most important thing to do. Do we need to know the volume? Do we need to know what the amount will be? So I would imagine now we don't need to know what percentage of the volume it will be. So we don't need to know the volume at all. We do need to know the transition of people that will go over to Shibarium. So that's one piece. But really, we just need to know how many transactions are going to flow through Shibarium rather than transactions flowing through the entire space, really. on all exchanges and networks and everything like that, right? So I built a little bit of a spreadsheet, nothing too complex to where I was really worried about the dollar value at first. And then I realized that it doesn't matter what the volume is. The only reason you would have the volume is to understand what percentage of money would flow over to Shibarium. But after that, it really doesn't matter at all. What does matter is the total transaction. So I couldn't find an ability to get the daily transactions, and I would imagine they increased from the beginning of when it was launched all the way until where we are now, where we're seeing, probably tens of thousands, maybe even more than what I have here per day in transactions. But I'm leaving it on a very low note. So there's multiple things that we need to understand, which there's three pieces that we need to focus on and that have a variable in place. One being the transactions per day. We don't know how many transactions will flow through Shiba Inu unless we get a full count of that. And I tried to pull it from Etherscan, and it only let me pull 5,000 transactions, which wasn't all of the transactions. So I don't know how to get the transactions per day. If anybody can get that number for us, then we can figure that out and we don't have to worry about that variable. And it may end up being more when we see a bull market. So understand that. Next that we want to look at is the amount of transactions that will transition over to Shibarium. So it's not going to be 100% of transactions in Shiba Inu that's going to go over to Shibarium. It'll be probably 10, 20, maybe 50%, depending on what people see out of it. If they're like, oh, well, you know what? I can profit a little bit more out of here, so I'm going to buy my Shibarium or my Shiba Inu over here, all of my positions over here. And also, this is only looking at SHIB, not looking at the transactions that could be in Bone as well, or in Leash, or in whatever else is on the platform. So understand that there are those pieces as well, that we can do something crazy. If you guys want to give me the transactions per day, then we can kind of eliminate one of the variables, because it will include all of the transactions that we could see on average per day. So again, whether we're going to see 10%, 50%, or whatever, this is how many transactions we may see. So 2,154 transactions per day for Shiba Inu, which I'm pretty sure we can expect a little bit more, a lot more actually, that transpires. Now, this was all calculated based off of 29 months in 30 days. So basically looking at 2.5 years that you would have for how long Shiba Inu has been out here. Now, in the beginning stages, we didn't have as many transactions, but now we have a lot of transactions that are going through, and the total of 9.3 million overall in transactions. But I'm calculating that the gas fee may be like 5 cents. If it's 25 cents, that's even better. But I'm thinking that at 5 cents, we would be seeing somewhere around maybe 33% that would go towards, a Shiba burn, or a certain maybe 1 penny or 2 pennies that goes towards a Shiba burn. But if we're looking at this many transactions with 5 cents, we would look at $326. $326 per. Let me make sure that this is it. So actually, this wouldn't be 10%. So this would be 20%, because we'd be dividing by 10. So this is 20% of that total amount. And we would see it with 5 cents. So it would be $326 that would go through daily. And we would see 32.6 million coins that are burned daily through that. Now, I'm definitely expecting that this could be more, because we could see more transactions in Bone, in Leash, in Treat, in so many other positions there. But just understanding Shiba Inu alone and the transactions that go there, we have these variables that we need to focus in on when it comes to all of these other plays. So this is not the end. This is not the end all be all, because you may see the same cost throughout multiple positions that are on Shibarium. So it may be 2,000 transactions here, 3,000 transactions here, 10,000 transactions here, whatever. And you'll see all of that flow through whatever price, whatever the cost is. Hopefully it's a little bit higher, like 25 cents or something, which is still low. It's just not, to the level, or it's not to the level that you saw with Ethereum, where it was like $15 or something. So 25 cents is still a good price. We just don't know that variable, right? So anyways, how much will it burn? We don't know exactly. And I know the title says this is exactly how Shiba Inu plans to burn SHIB. But this is how they plan to burn SHIB, not exactly how much will be burned. So these are the variables that we need to understand. And once we understand how many transactions will go through Shibarium, what the gas cost will be, and if it depends on how much volume goes through, and what percentage will move over to Shibarium rather than just the total amount of transactions, but maybe 20% and 30%. But we won't know that until we actually see it. So, anyways, guys, it's definitely interesting to know that we have a burn mechanism within Shibarium and that it's embedded into the gas cost. So it's not something that's after the fact, so that it shies people away from going on Shibarium and buying. So this may be pretty big, but we need to get a full explanation as to what's coming down the pipeline. So we need to see more information from them. And I really do appreciate them giving out any type of information, even if it's the bare minimum. Giving out some information and going through testing and all of this stuff is definitely going to be a good situation. I can't wait to give you guys those numbers. But anyways, guys, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell for more videos like this one. Also, make sure you check out some of the links down below. It does help out the channel. I'm going to get out of here, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.